Social media is a big part of our lives, big part of how we cope with lockdown. Doing this podcast is a big part of how I cope with my mental health. We go to Twitch, to TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, many other things, and that can be challenging. So I love speaking to people who are active on these platforms and who use them as creative distractions and creative routes to deal with lockdown stress. Thrilled utterly to have somebody from the Twitch live streaming community who's been quite active on the platform on the podcast today. Please welcome Rhys Davies. Hey, Rhys. How are you?
I'm not bad, as all, considering everything that's happening.
Thank you so much. Well, thank you so much for being here, first of all.
You're very welcome.
It's lovely to see you. And also, it's lovely to have another sort of Twitcher. I don't know. Is that how you refer to each other? No, you don't. Okay.
No, Twitch streamer. Twitch just sounds a bit funny.
I thought that as soon as I said it. But before I get into sort of the interview, the questions and everything, how's lockdown been for you? How has COVID? How's COVID been?
Well, I've definitely been home a lot more. That's a start. Furloughed. So possibly not going back to work until, well, there's no definite date, but my guessing is May, end of May. But yeah, that's about it. Just stuck in limbo at the moment.
Are you how are you coping with it? Are you dealing with lockdown, with COVID, with pretty much everything? Because we'll obviously come on to it in a bit. But you're a parent, and that's massively different experience as a parent versus somebody who's not a parent, who's also dealing with the stresses of lockdown, furlough, etc.
Well, yeah, it's definitely, can be quite challenging. She's only recently started going to school, and it's only for like 2 hours a day. So, in terms of like it's full on every day. Barely get a break. And with obviously now in lockdown in full effect as well, just you're very limited where you can go, if anywhere. So yeah, it's just seeing the same four walls day in, day out can be quite what's the word?
Challenging or
tiring.
Tiring is the word. Tiring.
Yeah, exhausting.
No, and it is. I mean, I've got an infant cousin who I look after sometimes, and even just the half hour or so I spend looking after him is, it's fucking exhausting. so I can't imagine what it's like being a parent.
Imagine you're tired,
right?
Like really tired.
Okay.
You go to sleep. You sleep for 8-9 hours. You wake up, and you're still fucking tired.
Now I get it. Oh, I get it. Now I get it. Now I get it. No, but I mean, I've got my, you've got my sympathy, my empathy with your daughter, and with the challenges of lockdown and parenting in that context. It's something we're going to come on to later on in terms of fitting Twitch live streaming around that. But first of all, I do just want to ask, what got you into live streaming on Twitch? What was the inspiration there?
Well, I mean, sounds cliche, but fundamentally gaming. I've been a gamer all my life. Hence the jumper as well, what I'm wearing. Yeah, and initially, if I'm honest, I wanted to do YouTube videos. Looked into it. Probably didn't look into it enough, realized that it's more challenging than I thought it was. But with Twitch, I found that because I few people on YouTube, like a lot of big YouTubers, to do Twitch anyway. So I followed them on Twitch. I don't know. It just looked more fun, if I'm honest. Like it just looked more fun, and it's more engaging with with the community and with the viewers.
And you can with Twitch and like live streaming, like I know most people do it with gaming. It's sharing that experience.
Exactly. And it's
with
in real
people.
time.
So yeah. It's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
As opposed to me, where I just sit sit in front of a bookshelf and shout questions at people.
It's an impressive bookshelf, if I do say so myself, though. I wouldn't read any of them. I don't read very well.
There's a lot of books there. You've got there's books there, there's books over there, and there's books in front of me. When I got this set up, I was thinking, what bookshelf do I put myself in front of, or behind of? And I thought that one was the one that looks the most impressive. I was going to ask you what's the focus of your content, and you mentioned gaming in your response, so I think that's
it's just some Twitch streamers to stick to just one game, but I don't like to do that. I like to do a variety of all sorts of games that I
what kind
to play. What kind? Anything from first person shooters, indie games, horror games, whatever. Honestly, whatever.
Do you think that like adds something to your experience of gaming? Because I'm not a gamer,
right?
So it's not something that I think I could relate to myself. But does it add to your experience personally as a gamer?
So I'm assuming you read a lot of books.
I wonder what gave you that impression.
Well, imagine kind of like you've read your favorite book. I don't know if you have one or one of your favorite books.
I've got several.
Okay, so you got one of them. And now you want to share that experience or read that book with someone else who also loves to read that book. So yeah, I'd say in a sense it's kind of like that. You're no longer reading alone, you're reading with someone else who enjoys the same thing and that you can bond and relate to.
Almost like when you've got like the YouTube channels that react to TV shows.
Yeah.
And it's like you're watching, and it's like you're watching with a friend.
Exactly.
Watching with somebody getting that first experience.
Yeah.
Something that and it reminds you of like, oh shit, that's how I felt when I watched that for the first time. I get you. I think I get you. I hope I get you.
Well, it is kind of like that. It's like I'm no longer, I get to nerd out on these games with other people who also love to nerd out on them and just talk about it. It's a common interest.
And you don't have to sort of think about it on, by yourself.
Exactly.
You'd be like, yeah.
Like I could.
Someone else actually.
Yeah. Like I could talk about Halo all day long, which is my favorite game. And, when it's on my own, I can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
I can look into a mirror, but, it's not the same. It's not the same really, is it?
And so it's kind of like, it's like one of my favorite shows was Breaking Bad, for example.
Yeah.
I love talking about Breaking Bad with people, and it gives me
satisfaction.
More than that, it's a sense of fellowship. There's a sense of community. There's a sense of
that's a good word. I like that word.
Almost a sense of love.
Yeah.
Where it's like that. This is something you and I can bond over, and we talk about it. There's a common cause. It's and I guess I don't get Twitch because I don't get TikTok as another example of something I don't get.
I don't fully understand it either, to be honest with
you. But it's sort of like well, I don't use it. I don't play video games. So I don't really get it. But then when it's explained to me in the sense of it's about finding this sense of commonality, I'm like, oh, I get it now. And that's that's a good thing. It's a really good thing. And that's I suppose where it comes, and it's not the most pressing issue of the 21st century, but in a way it is. In a way, it is the most pressing issue of the 21st century, that we find commonality with others and that we find common ground. Like, I like playing this video game. You don't like playing this video game.
Yeah.
But we like playing video games.
Yeah.
Let's go do that. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit glib and a bit facetious about the whole thing, but I like it, and that's why I like what you, Chris Miles, who I had on. That's why I love what you guys do. Why I love YouTube reactor channels. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Because this channel is, as I mentioned earlier, just me shouting about stuff.
Speaking of Chris as well, the Mighty Miles, he was also another reason why I want to get into Twitch. Is I seen that, also I heard about him starting it beginning of last year. And I was like, oh, that's good for him. That's really good. And then I didn't hear anything else about it until about, I think, what was it, November, December time last year. And he hit 100 followers. And, he's got affiliate level on Twitch. And if you want, I can explain more about that, of what affiliate level is later. Yeah, I just thought, if
you think, wow.
Yeah, I think if Chris can do it, this guy I know, who I used to work with, then surely I can too.
I get it there. I think, because obviously I'm creating content on social media. I've got however bloody subscribers I've got. I know it's not a lot.
Well, you gained an extra one today.
Thank you. But it's a combination of you doing what you're passionate about and you're connecting with people, and you can find something else. You can find something a bit more. You can find something, whether it's the number of subscribers you've got, monetization, number of people you get to engage with. It's so many things. I think people think about content on social media. Oh, it's just about the monetization. It's just about the likes and the subscribers. Like, yeah, that that would help.
Yeah.
There's also about it's something a bit more fundamental.
Yeah.
Something a bit more close to your heart. I want people to react to what I'm doing and to connect with it. And does that come into your head when it comes to Twitch? Does that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm every time I go live and I play a game, I do hope to talk to someone who also finds the same, appreciation and an understanding for the game that I'm currently playing, because I think back like 10 years ago and I'd play games in my house on my own, and then you go to school and you may mention it to your friends in school, but you don't, some of them may not like the same things you do. So this platform allows you to just reach out to more people. And yeah.
And you feel, and in a certain sense, it makes you feel less alone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that sums it up well. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'm not very good with words, so I need your help in this interview.
I like myself as as sort of like a geek or a nerd or whatever everyone wants to call it. I was always very into like Disney shows. I was really into Recess.
Oh, God, I missed that show.
It's a beautiful show.
Oh.
And I was really, I've been rewatching it recently because I've got kind of a thing, and I call it pandemic comfort food.
Brilliant. I love it.
Which is, TV shows that you've already watched, but that you rewatch just because it makes you feel good, makes you feel better, makes you feel
you can enjoy it time and time again.
Yeah. And I was and I was kind of there watching. I've been watching Recess and thinking, I never understood how complex Recess is, because it is complex. It talks about politics, and it talks about the economics, really. And I'm watching it, and I was thinking about how does a show that complicated connect with a young person?
Mm.
And I'm like, because the real meaning of the show is friendship.
Yeah.
And it's that, the word I used earlier is commonality. And I was like, that's why. And then I was like, that's why I enjoy watching sort of Breaking Bad reaction channels. I love watching reaction channels to shows that I love. It's because it's somebody else who I don't know, who's in the US, for example, enjoying something that I enjoy too,
Mm.
and it's me finding this common cause and this fellowship with somebody else, over something I love. And I'm only applying it to TV or films,
Yeah.
but you can apply it to video games as well,
All walks of life.
and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant to know that other people love something that you love.
It's almost unbelievable when someone shares that with you, isn't it?
Mm. Absolutely. I mean, and that's why it's sort of like with like I told you, earlier. I don't get Twitch. Really, I don't particularly get it, but I do,
Yeah.
because I get it in the same way I get YouTube.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and I mean, in the atmosphere of the pandemic, in particular,
Mm.
I think that's when we can't see each other. We can't see one another. Like I would love to have done this as with any other interview I've done for this show. I would have loved to have done it in person,
Yeah.
but obviously we can't. But knowing that there are things that unite us, even if it's something as kind of trivial as a video game or a film or a TV show that we love, that's great. And that unifies us. What's your outlook going forward in terms of what you hope to achieve with the channel?
Okay. At the moment, it's just reach affiliate level. So I mentioned that just now, didn't I?
Yeah.
So when you reach affiliate, that's essentially you can start to get paid for doing what you love to do. And the more you grow, essentially, the more you do get paid. So yeah, I'm nearly there. I believe I'm on 46 followers. I need to get to 50. So, so very, very close. I'm hoping to achieve it after this stream tonight, or at least by next week.
I hope you do achieve it.
I know I will. I will achieve it.
You say that with the utmost sincerity.
Thank you. Yeah, and then it's just to grow from there.
Do you have advice for people who want to start live streaming themselves?
Just do it. Just do it. It's so many people like
Shia LaBeouf, everybody.
Yeah, literally, yeah. So, I put this off for quite a while. Well, first of all, I have to go back a little bit further. I'm sorry. I wanted a PC first. It's something I felt like I needed to have. You don't need it necessarily. People can stream off of their phones or on their consoles. But me personally, I wanted the PC because it allows there's no limits with that. Christmas came around. I put my PC together by New Year's. I actually didn't set up my Twitch until about 5-6 weeks ago now. Because I was always thinking no one's gonna want to bother watch me. No one's gonna, no one's gonna be interested in what I have to do. Until I just found something inside me to just go, you know what, screw it. I'm just gonna set it up. I'll,
just
research what I can.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just do it. I used for the first half of me streaming, I used my phone as a camera because you can do that. And then I purchased a webcam because my phone was temperamental, so I changed it up. But yeah, and it's just, and I haven't looked back.
Good.
That's the best thing I've done because since doing it, my fiance will probably it's probably tired of me saying this, but it literally blows me away every time I get a new follower. Yeah, I'm only got 46 so far, but still, each and every single one blows me away, and I'm surprised by each and every single follow.
It's heartening, I think.
Yeah, massive confidence boost.
I can relate because you're like, somebody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Somebody wants to know what I'm talking about or who I'm talking to. That's and I get that from I'm in a early stage of this show, this program. Before I let you go, because I'll let you go in a minute, but I do because obviously you've got your daughter.
Oh, she's sleeping now. She's actually flat out.
No, but you've got your beautiful daughter.
Yes.
Doing your live streaming. How are you managing that around, raising a family, raising a child?
Well, using last night and earlier as an example, I went on stream last night for 7:30, reasonable time. The 3-year-old should be in bed at the latest 7 o'clock, I think. And usually she's pretty good in going to sleep. But no, it was 7:45 and she was still kicking and screaming. So it can be a bit challenging because it's I'm trying to better myself and allow this to do better myself doing Twitch and trying to go all in with it at the same time. I still got to put that second. It's like a balancing act, and it's really hard to do. I'm still trying to figure out how to do it.
I think it's understandable. So I don't have any children. Closest thing I've got to a child is the cat.
Hey, that's close enough. I got 2 cats as well. So it's like I got 3 kids.
So
yeah.
No, but do you? I don't want to ask, do you find it challenging? I know you just said that it is challenging. They go to sleep and whatnot, and then they wake up and etc. But does it deter you from doing the live streams?
No. I've never been so dead set on doing something and committed to doing something. And like I said, I'm going all in with it. So, you know, even if there's been several streams where before I've gone live, I've just contemplated whether actually doing it tonight, like literally right before going live. And I have to have a battle in my head saying no, because as soon as you click that button, you're going to enjoy it. And I do.
I'm glad that you do.
And I don't want to talk all doom and gloom, about parenting, because it is very rewarding. And, it's
I can imagine.
probably one of, if not the best things to happen to me. I know every parent says that, but it's true.
When people say to me, it's one of, if not the best things that happens to me, or words to that effect, when it comes to parenting, there's never been anybody who says that to me where I don't believe them.
Oh.
Because I'm like, I can't imagine how it could not be one of the best things or the best thing that happens to you.
She's definitely a good kick up the arse to do something. It gives me motivation, which is another reason why I'm doing this.
The only person who says it's one of the best things that that happens to me or has happened to me when it comes to parenting is my mother.
She's right. You should listen to her.
On that delightful note, find out about Rhys's Twitch live streams in the description down below. Stay safe, stay healthy, wear the bloody mask, and if you're offered it, please take the vaccine. Rhys Davies, everybody. Join me next time.